season is starting to wrap up a little bit. Most of us hopefully have filed our taxes at this
Not
point.
Not Still in the process of that.
Well,
right
if that's the case, then we have an expert here to talk with us this morning about what you could maybe still do for this year, right, Janelle? And as far as filing your taxes and trying to get a bigger refund.
Yeah, and that's what everybody wants. Janelle Rowley is here this morning from Idaho Tax Group, and it is, I guess it is good that I haven't filed yet, because there are some things you've been telling us about that when people are putting their return together, they may overlook some of these things that could actually start getting their refund bigger and bigger, right?
That's exactly right.
So if people haven't filed yet, what are some of the main things that often get overlooked?
Well, so I believe that millions of people actually overpay their taxes by missing the small stuff. So people tend to not miss the big stuff. They don't miss if they write a $500 check to their church, but
or if you have a child, or if you bought a house, or things like that.
Yeah, they don't miss the big stuff. They tend to miss the small things. And so, for example, non-cash contributions is one that people tend to miss, or sometimes they tend to undervalue that.
So we're talking like clothes and things to charity?
Yeah,
things that
like
you donate.
Goodwill, Youth Ranch, Deseret Industries, and so there's actually lists out there. We have a list on our website that helps you value those items so that you get the most value for the things that you donate. And most of us tend to donate and we don't get receipts. And so be sure that you're getting a receipt. There's extra credits in Idaho for donating to youth rehabilitation facilities like the Youth Ranch. And so that's one of the ones.
Sorry, Janelle, but separate from Goodwill or something like that, right? So you can have two different distinctions.
A list, yes, there's a list on the Idaho State Tax Commission's website where they'll tell you these particular charities are available for an extra Idaho credit.
So if you're familiar with those ahead of time, then you can kind of be prepared with those documents and everything. Anything else people who say they're working on their taxes right now that they might be missing, that maybe they need to tack onto their return this year?
Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of people are refinancing right now, and so they need to make sure that they're keeping track of the points that they pay on their refinance. Those are amortized over the life of the loan. And if they've refinanced in the past and they've been amortizing those points, they come to fruition in the year that you refinance again. And so sometimes people miss that. They also tend to miss job searching expenses. We have a lot of people out there looking for work, and so if you're looking for a job in the same line of work, you can deduct the cost of making your resume. If you have to travel someplace, even if you don't get the job, you can take a deduction for the searching expenses.
And I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that was one that I missed when I had filed on a previous job. I didn't save any of that stuff, but then coming to this job here, though, I had remembered to do that, all the applications and the mail. You mail a lot of stuff sometimes too. So hang on to those receipts as well.
Okay, so we'll be talking about what we can do right now, but we're also going to talk a little bit about what you can do throughout this year to get ready for next year, to keep yourself organized and things like that. So what can you start doing to get ready for next year's taxes?
Well, taxes are not just about January, February, March, and April. We tend to have that crunch, but taxes are an all-year thing. And so you need to be sure that you're maximizing anything that you can do pre-tax, so your retirement, your flexible spending account, perhaps pre-tax daycare if your company offers it, making sure that you're keeping track of your receipts. Sometimes people think, I don't have enough medical to put that on my return because there's enough, there's a higher limitation to it, but in December something may happen. And so keep track of all of the receipts. If you're a student, keep track of your education expenses.
Including gas, right? Is that one?
No,
travel?
No, nice try.
Nice
try.
Every little bit helps.
But students do have more opportunities to
save.
save.
They do.
Right?
Books, supplies, and equipment related to educational courses are deductible for students. And one of those credits, you don't even have to buy those things from the school. You can get them from other sources.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So even if you're not there at the bookstore. So these are great things. What's the website where people can go to find out more of these things and find the value listing and everything?
It's idahotaxgroup.com, and you can log in. You have to actually become a member of our website to get access to some of those things, but it's all there on the homepage.
And so, make sure the valuing especially. I think that's probably a hard thing to do. Value those clothes, those toys, whatever you're doing.
And make sure you keep receipts. That's a big one, because you have people to prove it, right?
Keep track of everything.
All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us this morning, Janelle, and hopefully you guys out there are going to get a much bigger return now that we've heard these things from you. So
Thank you.
Thanks, Janelle.